Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Silver is still rising. The stars have aligned. The perfect storm is here. Where do we go next? That's going to be the topic of today's video. Yesterday I was talking about $21 silver. Now today I'm talking about $23 silver. Within the next couple days we could be at $25 silver. A price target that a lot of people anticipated would be by the end of the year, but it's looking like it's going to happen much sooner than people expected. This is only going to drive and attract investors from stocks, from options markets, futures contracts, from cryptocurrency. It's going to attract other investors that normally wouldn't invest in the precious metals, that want to get a slice of this silver pie, also supporting and keeping these prices more stable as new money comes in to the market. So this is looking extremely bullish for silver, and I'll talk about what gold's doing as well, because gold is around this $1,860 level. We're talking about all-time gold prices, or all-time high gold prices, record-setting highs, but silver still has a lot of catching up to do. Now, the gold to silver ratio is 83 to 1, which is, it's still extremely high, right? It's still extremely high, but it is a lot lower. It's a lot lower than we saw in March, which was it was as high as 125 to 1, which was the highest ever, also meaning that was the cheapest silver's ever been compared to gold. Now, hopefully you took advantage of that $12 silver. Hopefully you bought when prices were around $12, $13, $14, $15, because right now a lot of people are buying silver, but they're paying extremely high prices and even higher premiums, right? Because there's the silver shortage with the rising demand, the premiums are going to be going up. The spot price is extremely high, and these people aren't going to make anywhere near as much money or profit as anywhere near as much as the people like you and I did that bought it before the curve. You want to get in early. You want to recognize the bigger picture, see the bigger picture, so you can get in before the curve. You don't want to be buying silver after it exploded. And that's why people are talking about silver as a better investment than gold, because gold has already exploded. You're paying the highest premium possible for gold right now. Silver still hasn't really exploded to the rate gold has, so there's still a lot of room to run. And it's up 100%, nearly 100% since mid-March, which is only a couple months ago. So this article is talking about how silver has had a cracking run. What happens now? Silver has risen almost 100% since its recent lows, and there's potential for much more. But it's the most fickle and frustrating of metals. It could hit $100 an ounce, or it could send you bankrupt. Dominic Frisby ponders which is more likely. So this is something I want to talk about, because people, when I was talking about $100 silver, people called me crazy. People were saying I was a silver pumper. So people were saying I'm misleading, and I was not ever talking about silver exploding to $100 tomorrow, or even next week, or even next month, or even next year. It would take several years. I'm talking about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years for silver to hit $100. And that was me. And that was me just giving a realistic opinion from my experience in the world of precious metal for the last 7 years, and the signals, the signs that were pointing towards that. Now, when I talked about $50 silver, people still thought I was exaggerating, but silver was $50 not even 10 years ago. Not even 10 years ago, silver was $50. And to be straightforward, what happened to lead to $50 silver in 2011, the same thing is happening today, but to much more extreme cases, right? Back then in 2011, there was billion-dollar stimulus packages going out. Now there's trillion-dollar stimulus packages going out. We also have a global pandemic on our hands, which we didn't have back then. So things are much more severe. So if you want to talk about $50 silver back then we could talk about even higher prices today. If you want to talk about crazy silver prices, well, we're living in crazy times, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, given the run that it's been on, it's hard not to write about silver in today's Money Morning. It's up almost 100% since March lows, and over the past few days has gone into those parabolic moves that it goes into from time to time. We have been here before. Silver, so much potential, so much disappointment. Regular readers will know my long-held cynicism towards silver. I own the metal quite a bit, in fact, though not as much as I once did when I was a true believer. I also have shares in a couple of silver mining companies that have finally woken up after a long slumber. I recognize silver's enormous two-pronged potential. On the other hand, like gold, it is a monetary metal. The word for silver and the word for money are identical in upteen different languages. So it is a play on all these things that governments and central banks are doing to debase your money, printing it, suppressing it, interest rates, and all the rest of it. And silver's a direct, gold and silver both are a direct threat to the US dollar, right? You're transferring your money or your fake money into real money. And they want you to keep they want you to keep your money in fiat currency because then they can control you. They're in control of you. When you're in debt, you are a slave to the system. They can control you. It's a power move. You can free yourself with precious metals, and that's what a lot of people are doing nowadays. Silver goes up and down for all the same reasons gold does. Not only is it a play on this theme, it is geared play. It tends to rise a lot more than gold does and fall by a lot more too. On the other hand, it is an industrial metal which gets used in a gazillion different products. Computers, smartphones, jet engines, solar panels, they all contain silver. You'll find silver if you look hard enough in batteries, detergent, deodorant, wart treatment, antimicrobial, lab coats, 3D printers, plastics, jewelry, cameras, photography, wood preservation, and water purification, among other things, right? And that's with all that, there's also colloidal silver in the medical world. There's photovoltaic cells, PV, and that's for solar panels when we're having this new green energy movement where everything's going green. Silver's widely used in that, as silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. We also have electric vehicles where silver is heavily used in, 5G technology, which silver is heavily used in. So the demand is going to keep going up, not only from all these appliances from the technological world we're advancing in, but also from everyday investors that see the potential with silver. So demand for silver is going to keep going up. Money is going to keep going in, which is going to support these high levels. And also the supply is going down. Silver production being cut back. So just about every new technology from medical to electrical seems to have silver in it. So owning silver is like picks and shovels play on new tech. My brother-in-law is trying to import the best masks there are, specially designed in Vietnam for Vietnamese government, apparently. And when you get him talking about it, they do actually sound pretty cool. And these masks contain nano silver particles. Thus, it may be that silver is play on solving this virus problem. On the supply side, you will constantly hear warnings, usually from silver mining companies, of a looming supply shortage. Pure silver plays are rare. Silver is mostly produced as a byproduct, which is by accident, of other minings, especially zinc. And this is so true because silver isn't profitable for miners. They would rather dig up gold, lead, or zinc, metals that can put some money in their pocket. Regardless of the consequences, regardless of what's going to happen as they basically put out a silver shortage. They don't care about the consequences, and now we're starting to see these consequences put into action as the supply cannot meet the demand. So I think the world's largest silver producer is BHP Billiton, and if you have to look really hard if you want to find silver on its inventory. What's more, rumors about manipulation of silver price on futures exchanges have been going on for decades. One this day is still going to unwind. The bad guys will find out. They won't be able to deliver the silver they've sold, and the silver will get to the moon where legend has it. It originated. So there's plenty of potential in silver. Silver will go to $100 one day, but it could bankrupt you in the meantime. Yet, here we are in July 2020, silver is $22 an ounce, not even half the price it was in 1980, not even half the price it was in 2011, when it went to $50, and everyone's going nuts about it. You wait years for silver to make a move, and then when your back is turned, off it goes to the races. What can I say? There are lots of powerful narratives to propel silver higher. And I want to stop right here because this is why you can't lose your faith in precious metals. This is why you cannot lose your faith in silver. I was still making videos when silver was $12 an ounce talking about its potential. See, the thing is, the normal person that's in it just for the money, when silver's down to $12, $13, $14, $15 an ounce, they forget about silver. They deem it as a bad investment. They say it's not profitable. You should invest in a Bitcoin or gold. And then once the price goes up, they talk about it as being, they were talking about it as they've always loved silver and blah, blah, blah. No, shut up. You're just liking it because it's higher right now and you finally see the potential. Real precious metal stackers, real silver stackers have been here when silver was $5, when it was $12, and when it was $50. It's regardless of the price. You see the bigger picture. You see it. You read between the lines. You see the bigger picture. Regardless of who's saying anything about it, we know where silver's true value is. There's also the fact that there is about 15 times more silver than there is gold, yet the gold price is about 85 times the silver price. It should be just 15 times for that to happen. Silver should be over $100 an ounce. That is the true value of silver. Silver will go to $100 in one day, and that I'm sure, maybe that is where it's going on this move. Silver $100 will be another episode in the insane year that is 2020. But when you're dabbling in silver, just remember this: it is utterly unreliable. It always reigns on its promise. It goes down a lot faster than it goes up. It's your friend, the alcoholic with the untold potential. If only they could get off the booze. They're off the booze. They tell you they got their life back on track. They've got a fantastic new job now. They've remarried. Then they show up at your important job function hammered. Insult your boss, and the next thing you know, they're wandering around the park with a plastic bag shouting at trees. Silver's going up, enjoy the ride. When it rockets, there's no feeling like it. And these parabolic moves can go on a lot longer than you think, but they can also end a lot quicker. This guy, you could tell this guy's gotten burnt a lot in the past. He even mentioned that he had a lot more silver back in the day than he does now. And this is one of those guys that's writing this article that he, like I was explaining a little bit ago, that, when silver's down, he kind of beats it up, and when silver's high, he finally gets back on the bandwagon. You can just tell by the way he's writing this. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you because this was a very well-written article, and it really does explain silver's potential and where it's headed. I hope you see the bigger picture. I hope you can see silver's true potential, the intrinsic value that lies within silver, and it really just allows you to see your strategy and where you can take your strategy. Everyone's silver stacking strategy is going to be different. Some people have different goals, different time frames, different financial situations, live in different parts of the world, and simply like different types of silver. So that's going to mean that everyone's stacking strategy is going to be a little bit different, a little tweaked. So just because one person's doing something doesn't mean you should be following that person's footsteps, because maybe they have more silver than you or less silver than you. Maybe that they've already diversified into gold, or maybe they haven't. So to each person, I beg you to take a look, reflect upon your stack, and see where your stack is lacking. Try to balance your stack out, and also try to make sure that you're not getting off track. There's a lot of distractions nowadays. Try to get back to the basics and go from there. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. The link to this article from Money Week will be in the description if you want to check it out yourself. This was Silver Slayers. Make sure to smash the like button. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.